Firstly, thank you very much for joining us. If you could just introduce yourselves to our listeners to start us off, that would be really good.
Hi, my name's Nick Davies. I'm the founder of Neighbourly.com.
And hello, I'm Clare Walker and I'm from Starbucks.
Well, I was hoping you'd start off by telling us a little bit more about community cafés and their purpose.
Yeah, so community cafés, they exist all across the country. They're small local charitable projects that usually start up by volunteers to fulfill a need, and that need might be to provide reduced price healthy meals using food surplus from local food banks, or it might be to try and tackle isolation and loneliness in the community for older people, or a place for young people to come together. They're usually very much problems that are felt at a local community level that volunteers set up these small local projects to try and assist with. And Neighbourly is a place that tries to bring as many of these projects together as possible. We've got over 7,000 community projects in the platform, and by bringing them together to make them easy to discover, we make it easy for ordinary people to think about how they can contribute, but also for companies to think about the things that they could do to help as well.
Now, I understand they've been struggling in more recent years. What do you think that's been?
So I would say that most small local community projects always struggle. They are run by volunteers, and these people aren't necessarily professional fundraisers, and yet they've got to do all of that themselves. But it has been exacerbated by the decline in funding in recent years from local councils, who simply don't have the grant programs that they might have had once upon a time to support some of these critical local initiatives. It really is now about local people, local businesses rallying around and trying to help. The critical work that these projects do to help people within their local community.
So how are Starbucks involved in the project locally?
So yes, together with Neighbourly, we've identified local community cafe projects that are near to our stores so that we can link them up with our store teams. And in addition to donating free cafe essentials like coffee and tea or milk pitcher jugs, we can also link them up with our store teams to provide volunteering hours, or they might go in and do some barista coffee training. So it really is providing that link to the local store team.
Now, Starbucks have got plans for their 20th anniversary here in the UK. I was hoping you could tell our listeners a bit more about that.
Absolutely, Dan. So this year is our 20th year in the UK. We first opened in 1998, and all year we'll be celebrating with our employees across the country and our customers. And this community cafe extension announcement today is just one way that we're celebrating our 20 years in the UK.
Now, probably our listeners are thinking, why would a big coffee giant be interested in keeping community cafes alive?
Well, since our earliest days, we've always been committed to giving back to the communities that we operate in. And as Nick said, these essential community projects are often in need of lots of different services, including donations and supplies. And so we're really pleased to identify that need, and where Starbucks can really help these projects directly with providing that support.
I was hoping you could tell us how the partnership works with Neighbourly.
So yeah, we've worked with Neighbourly for a few years now, where they have we've worked with hundreds of projects on the platform to help connect with our local store teams to provide that community benefit.
So if there is sort of a community cafe out there that's interested, how can they benefit from being a part of the programme?
Oh, it would be great if there was, Dan. So Neighbourly is a free platform for all of these projects. And so what I would encourage the project leader of that cafe to do is to go to Neighbourly.com and then in the first instance search Starbucks community cafes and see the sorts of projects that are running there and how Starbucks are supporting them. And then it's very easy for anyone to create their own project. So in this instance, they could start their community cafe project. But anyone can start anything from play groups to play parks to community centres, anything that needs volunteers or product donations or financial contributions. All of those projects are very welcome on Neighbourly because we can help connect them to companies like Starbucks, but also to local people who often say, I really want to help, but they don't know where to go and how to start, and Neighbourly is designed to make that easy for them.
Well, if there is anything else you'd like to cover or get over to our listeners, just let them know. And of course, it'd be good if they could have any sort of useful contact details, where of course they could find out more as well.
Yeah, so if they go to neighbourly.com, they'll be able to search for projects. There are a couple of different things on the Isle of Sheppey, in Queenborough and Warden, and a few projects over in Sittingbourne and Whitstable as well. So there's always plenty to do and discover, but also perhaps they can bring their own project, as you said, Dan. There's always more things that need doing. And if Neighbourly is the place that makes it easier for us all to find out about how we can help, then that's a really good thing.
Well, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time out to talk to me today.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.